I got my first job when I was going to college, and it was at a clothing store, and you had to wear their clothes while you worked there. And so I tried on a pair of jeans. One pair didn't fit, so I tried up the next size. That size didn't fit. I tried up the next size, and that size didn't fit. It was a size 34 jean that fit me, and it was kind of like, oh, okay. And so that kind of stuck with me. And, then I would see the fitness magazines on the shelf. And I would open them up and I'd see, these muscles, and the women look so happy and they just look so fit. And I saw the competition coverage photos that were in there, and I saw them on stage. And I remember looking at Monica Brandt and just being like, wow, like these physiques look amazing. And I was like, huh. What's up, you beautiful people? This is Mindy Harley, and I want to thank you for checking out my channel. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you found that any of my videos have helped you out, please feel free to share them, and of course leave some comments down below. I love to hear from you guys, and I love responding to y'all. So what I wanted to get into today was my transformation from wearing a size 34 jean to now wearing a size 27. Well, where to begin? I started out, of course, obviously, smaller jean size bottom. And when I was a lot younger, I didn't have any, obviously any body issues when I was really young until I got into my teens. And why it got so bad into my teens was, especially earlier, especially when I was in elementary school, I was bullied a lot, and, I was really self-conscious, and I didn't have a lot of really close friends. I had a few, and, it really, affected me in the sense that, I felt like I was alone, and when I was sad, when I was, angry at the world, I would just eat instead, and I would find comfort in food, and I would eat a lot of it, at least enough for another person. And I would eat a whole bag of Doritos in one sitting. I would eat through a couple big chunks of almost half a block, not a couple chunks, a half a block of cheese, freshly made white bread and butter. And I think I would have at least like 6 pieces of toast in the morning and, chocolate at night, and then I got a job at a fast food joint, and I worked at a KFC, and, we basically got almost free fast food all the time. I think I could say free. I don't think I would be in trouble now if I say free, but yeah, it was cheap, and sometimes there was leftover chicken, and sometimes we got to take that home. So, I ate a lot of deep fried food too, and I worked there, so I ate it when I was there, I ate it when I brought it home, and, I was also very inactive. I rode my bike around the small town that I grew up in, and I did rollerblade a bit, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to keep up with, the damage that I was doing. And I was so self-conscious that I remember, having my dad write me notes to get out of playing in phys ed. So, because I was really embarrassed about going into the change room and, changing into my gym clothes, and I was just really uncomfortable with that and uncomfortable with my body. And the other portion of that was because, I was being, picked on a lot, and I didn't want to draw any more attention to myself. So I figured I would just sit out and watch from the sidelines. And it's not that I didn't really enjoy sports. It's just that I just didn't want to bring on any more attention to me, to have another reason for someone to make any comments, and then of course, secondly, my body image. So that all really started really young, and this was all really ingrained in me that, if you're sad and unhappy, turn to food. And if you're lonely, turn to food. And if you're bored, turn to food. And so on. And I didn't even drink any water, and it's not to say that my mom and my dad didn't cook amazing, delicious, healthy meals for me. They definitely did. But it was everything that I did on my own time, and, only eating at lunch a cheese bun, basically like a cinnamon bun with a bunch of cheese. And, oh, those were so good. Cheese and, a kiwi strawberry Snapple, and that was it, and maybe a handful of chocolate-covered espresso beans, and then I wouldn't eat anything, and then I'd get home, and then I'd binge on a bunch of food, and, stay up late eating, again, not being active. And this carried on with me for, another solid 5 years, and I moved away for college, and I was living by myself, and I was still eating the same. I would, typical going to college, not eating the best kind of stuff. I'd eat, my mom would cook me pierogies that she would bring with her every time that she'd come up to see me. So the pierogies, it's a Ukrainian dish, and it's basically dough and potato. So it's like a potato dumpling and eat with sour cream. And let me tell you, they're really good, and they're really addicting, and they're just carbs on carbs on carbs. So eating that, I would eat a can of Pringles with bacon onion dip. I'd have a hot chocolate at work with a bag of mini eggs, and all of my meals just revolved around just junk and nothing of nutritional value. And again, still not being active. So I got my first job when I was going to college, and it was at a clothing store, and you had to wear their clothes while you worked there. And so I tried on a pair of jeans. One pair didn't fit, so I tried up the next size, that size didn't fit. I tried up the next size, and that size didn't fit. It was a size 34 jean that fit me, and it was kind of like, oh, okay. And so that kind of stuck with me. And, then I would see the fitness magazines on the shelf, and I would open them up, and I'd see these muscles, and the women look so happy, and they just look so fit. And I saw the competition coverage photos that were in there, and I saw them on stage, and I remember looking at Monica Brand, and just being like, wow, these physiques look amazing. And I was like, huh, okay. So I would start doing some of the workouts at home, and it was great. I worked at my confidence at home, and I would do the at-home workouts, doing the tricep push-ups on the chair and the crunches, and and doing curls with a soup can or whatever I had that was heavy, and it was good. I remember starting doing the ab check, am I getting any progress yet? Because I had seen a photo of myself with my top kind of came up, and I had this muffin top came up over top, and I was just like, oh, how did it ever get to this point? You see yourself every day, and then all of a sudden you see yourself in a picture, and you're just, wow, what happened? And, I've just built up my confidence slowly enough to finally join a gym. And of course I joined a women's only gym because I felt comfortable enough to go in there. And it felt so good to sign up. And I had a one-on-one with a trainer there, and that was basically it. And I just followed everything that I could in magazines. So I didn't need a lot of equipment just to start myself off. All I needed was just a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation, a lot of motivation. Because I needed a lot of motivation at that time. And just the drive just to get there. And I do remember I actually wasn't, addicted just to doing cardio. I really enjoyed lifting weights, and I remember probably spending at least 3 hours in the gym total. So, I was probably overtraining, but I didn't care. The gym was just kind of my new happy place, and it felt good to start watching my body change. And, it just built from there. And I lost the weight on my own, and it was so rewarding going to the store. I went to my favorite store, and I would buy, I'd buy a pair of pants, and like my pants in that store were like a size 10, and then I went again, a little while later, I lost some more weight, and I'd buy some more pants, and then I'd be a size 8. And then I lost some more weight, and I'd go back in, and, then I'd be a size 6, and then I was a size 4, and so I've been there. I've had that excitement of, watching myself, transform literally right in front of my eyes, and I had all, the pant sizes to prove it, from going from a size 34 jean, size 10 dress pant, all the way down to like a size 4, and it felt so good, and I just wanted more. So naturally, I started doing some competitions, just like swimsuit competitions, and I felt confident again, and I had that back in me, which I think was always there, and it was so good to now finally display like all my hard work. And I did those competitions, I did well, I got to Miss Muslim Indy and traveled for that, and I got to like the Hawaiian Tropics and traveled for that in Montreal, and it was really fun. But then, they started telling me that, the judges were like, well, you have too much muscle now, and I didn't even have that much muscle. I thought it was so jacked, but I didn't have that much muscle. And so I was like, well, now what? Because I love lifting and I don't want to stop. So I saw a fitness competition, and it's like, okay, maybe this is something that I can try out. And at that time, I worked for the same company, different department, as a gentleman by the name of Darren Mailing. And, I was brought to him by another referral someone that worked there, and to speak with him about, helping me train. And, I started training with Darren, and, I won my first show with Darren, and then I started competing more and doing well, and I got my pro card in, it was Fame, my pro card in, and then I got my pro card in later on. I left Fame, and then I got my pro card with the WBFF, and it's just gone on and on. And now, I compete with the NPC, so I'm trying to get my pro card with the IFBB. But yeah, and I've stayed with him ever since, and and I've learned so much too from competing and from his coaching and everything about myself. And it was really, what I've learned is that it's always been inside of me, and I let outside circumstances mold me and take away my confidence, take away my ability to believe that I deserve more. And it was always there, and looking back, I don't look back at my past. My past isn't what defines me. Your past doesn't define you. You decide, what your story is. And that's why I don't really talk about, the bullying and everything else, barely ever, because, that's long gone, it's in the past. But I like to recognize it because, it did help shape me to where I am and how I treat other people, how I treat strangers, because you never know, what battle someone's going through. And, for me, I was definitely going through, that battle for such a long time. And the people that believed in me, it allowed me to believe in me too. So, you know what? From here on out, I want you to believe in you. I want you to believe in your abilities. And you know what? Remember that Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? Like, I've been on this journey, You know, when I stepped into the gym, it was maybe 2000, 2001, and you know, it's 2017, right? So I mean, 17 years of lifting and failing and going through, you know, post-competition blues and dealing with body image post-show and dealing with, you know, negative comments towards, you know, myself and everything. So it's been a process. But let me tell you, sometimes you need to go through that process though, because that process shapes who you are in the present day. I want you to start believing in you, because I believe in you, and I believe that you can succeed at whatever you put your mind to. Just forget the rest, forget the past. The past doesn't define you. All that counts is what's going on exactly at this moment. I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you like this video, make sure to hit a like, make sure to send me a comment, and if you're new to the channel or you forgot, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. That's it for now. Thank you for tuning in.